Welcome back to the Bird's Eye View Sports Edition, the day after. And, I don't know. That game was pretty insane. So, we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about Oregon, Washington State, and we're going to talk about Miami and Mario Cristobal area in Miami because, Duck fans are always interested in that. That honeymoon is over. But first things first, let's talk about this Oregon Washington State game. Now, watching this game was extremely painful, and it brought up a lot of memories of like Mario Cristobal's offense and stuff. Because, because, um, man, we didn't score a touchdown until the third quarter, and that was rough because Oregon was moving the ball all over the place. They were getting down to the red zone. They were getting inside the 5-yard line, and then we were kicking field goals. And I mean, some of that credit goes to Washington State. They played a fantastic game until the very end. And they are going to be a team to reckon with for the rest of the Pac-12. I'm glad Oregon caught them early because this team will only get better. And I feel very sorry for the Washington Huskies that have to play this Washington State team at the end of the year. That is going to be a fantastic game to watch. But for now, Oregon beat Washington State. And I had a... So I had a request to maybe include some highlights. So we're going to see how it goes and see what happens when we do. But let's first just kind of talk about this. Cameron Ward made some exceptional plays. He was super elusive all game. And part of it was some poor tackling on Oregon, but 80% of it was just Cameron Ward making plays. It was pretty frustrating to watch him get touched by an Oregon player and then end up either running or passing and making a first down, making 15 yards. It was incredibly frustrating to watch him just not be brought down. Now, Oregon did get some sacks in this game. They were able to bring him down, but for the most part, Cameron Ward just got away. And it was pretty amazing to watch and frustrating to watch. Now, Washington State came out early with some trickeration, getting Oregon off their game a little bit. Oregon never really settled down in the defense, and Washington State kept taking advantage of the scrambling quarterback and some of the open holes in the pass game. But a lot of that credit is to the scheme and the way that Washington State was playing because Washington State came out to beat Oregon, and that first half showed that they were there to beat Oregon, and it was a rough one to watch for an Oregon fan. Now, on the other side of the ball, first half, Bo Nix did what Bo Nix of old did, and threw that interception right at the end zone, and took and basically changed the game from what should have been 9-10 to 17-6. And that was like a big momentum swing because Oregon had gotten the momentum back after the replay thing. Okay, so if you didn't watch the game, so what happened was Washington State had an intentional grounding penalty. And then they ran one play, a rushing play that Oregon stopped, and then Washington State punted the ball. And then before Oregon ran a play, the referees reviewed the whole series and decided that it should have been second down and not third down, I think is what it was. And so they went back and let Washington State run another play, which was a run that Oregon stopped, and then they punted again. It was the weirdest thing, but the time delay took a long time to get it sorted out. And I really think that hurt Washington State's momentum because Oregon came right down and was like, I don't know, at the 10-yard line or something, and they had been moving the ball, and then it was fourth down. And for me, the momentum changed there. Right? Oregon had the momentum. They took it away from Washington State. They got it all the way down there. I think they should have taken the field goal and went to 9-10. But Dan Lanning makes all the money, and Dan Lanning decided that they were going to go for it on 4th and 3. Oregon gets the first down, and then the very next play, which was the same play that they got the first down on, I think, Bo Nix throws the pick 6, and it goes all the way back, and it changes from 10-9 to 6-17. I think that was a huge blunder on not only the play calling, but Bo Nix should have never thrown that ball. It wasn't open. But okay, so let's show a little bit of the highlight here. So Washington State came out, and they did nothing but run right down the field. It was rough to watch them just run right through Oregon's offense. And then here's the scoring play. See, look how elusive. He gets his hand on him, but still he just runs. That's what he did all day long. It was super frustrating. So that puts them up 0-7. Oregon goes, I think, like 75 yards or something like that on their next possession. Okay, let's show the highlight. Look, he gets on the leg, but he just can't bring him down. And then Cameron Ward just runs right in for the touchdown. I mean, that guy is a really good quarterback. All right, here's the field goal after 75 yards. It's an answer. It keeps your momentum going, you know. And then Oregon stops Washington State, and then they have to kick a field goal. And then, of course, Oregon comes right back and tries to score, but they kept running to the outside. So that was the thing is Washington State is super fast from sideline to sideline, really, really fast. And Oregon would run right up the middle all the way down the field, or they would pass. And then in the red zone, they would go with Mario Cristobal's crappy offense. They would try to run side to side. And Washington State, especially early in the game, was there every single time to stop Oregon. And this caused Oregon, again, to 4th and goal. They got to resort to the field goal. So they go ahead and kick the field goal. So that's okay. So right here, okay. So Oregon stops Washington State, makes them punt. Oregon gets the ball, and here's where Oregon should have been like, okay, it's time to take the lead, or it's time to take the ball game. But what happened was they tried to run side to side again, and Washington State stopped them. And so now it's 4th and 3, and you'll watch right here. I think it's Bucky. I'm pretty sure it's Bucky, or it's either Bucky or Whittington. I'm not sure which one it is right here, but watch this running back right here. He's going to slide out, make the catch, keep the ball, get the first down. Now Oregon's taking, okay, touchdown. I think on that 4th and 3, they should just kick the field goal to keep the momentum, but this is that killer instinct. Dan Lanning is very, very aggressive, and this is where Bo Nix, because Dan Lanning is very aggressive, this is where Bo Nix has to settle down, pay attention, and not make this crucial mistake. Because what happens here is not only does he throw a pick 6 because it's exactly the same play, but he does an illegal block and causes a 15-yard penalty on the touchdown return. All right, so it's exactly the same play. We're going back to the exact same guy. But watch this guy right here. Or, no, it's this guy. Watch this. Which one is it? Okay. This guy right here, he not even paying attention to this. He is looking straight at the quarterback the whole time. He's looking straight at the quarterback the whole time. Sees the eyes, sees the cock, and knows where he's going to go with that ball, and then breaks on the ball. And then there's the illegal block. And then yeah, that's all the way down. Touchdown. The flag's the illegal block. Yeah. Chalk block, whatever they call it. And watch, I mean, yeah. It was a very, very, very good play. I think that he had to have seen that in film and knew where the ball was going, because as soon as it hiked and he saw it, he keyed right on the quarterback. He knew where it was going. Spectacular play by this Washington State player. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. I'll just butcher it. But yeah, but Bo can't throw that ball like that. Bo can't throw that ball. He never saw that guy. That can't be something he does. All right, Oregon comes right back to Franklin, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Frank. No. What is that? I can't see. Hudson? I can't tell. Anyway, great pass, great catch. They move the ball right down. Then here they come again, throw the same play again, and Washington State stops it again. Of course. So go for the field goal. So now it's 9-17. And then there it is, the touchdown by Irving. And I mean, he could have scored from anywhere. He was basically untouched at that point. But again, Bo Nix, like, I don't know if you can see that. Watch this. Watch Bo Nix's head from the very snap. Primary read, that's where we're going. Bam. Quick hit. There's the touchdown. Untouched in. Washington State comes back with the field goal. Makes it 20-15. Now, one thing too is on that other touchdown that Oregon just had, they went for 2 and missed it. Washington State comes right back. Great pass over the middle in the hole. And man, now it's 27-15, looking pretty dire from Oregon right there. They were having some serious trouble containing that Washington pass offense. This was a great design play, though. Look, outside, straight across the middle into the hole. The only person that had a chance was the linebacker, and he wasn't getting there. Oregon comes in the third quarter, gets the score. And here's the thing in this game is Oregon ran right up and down the field. I think they had somewhere close to like 600 yards of total offense. Washington State really wasn't stopping them, but they just couldn't get it into the end zone. They just kept having to kick field goals. And I mean, if they had scored touchdowns on half of those, this game wouldn't even have been close. But Washington State D held every time they got down close, except for, later as the game went on later. All right, so this was an interesting. Okay, so the receiver initially kind of catches the ball. As he's going down, it bobbles. And then the defender reaches in there and pops the ball out. The receiver never had control of the ball, which means it was still a live ball. If it had hit the ground, it would have been incomplete. Instead, the Oregon defender comes up with the interception. I think it's Tyreek Bridges. Still moving, comes up. It's loose. and Oregon ends up with an interception. You can see it loose down there. And because it's a catch, he has to maintain possession all the way through the pass. See, it's loose, still moving around. He never has control of it. Lays on his hands, and then the Oregon defender pulls that ball right out. They reviewed it. Play stands as called on the field. Oregon gets the ball and does absolutely nothing with it. Washington State gets the ball, and they come right back and score a touchdown. And Oregon thought they had momentum, but they couldn't do anything with it. So there you go. Washington State touchdown all over again. And now it's looking dire for Oregon all over again. Great play. Great run. That guy was fast. He was really elusive all game. All right. So here's where we're at. It's fourth quarter. Oregon down by 12 points. There's 5:49 left in the game. Bo Nix is at the 50-yard line with the Oregon offense. And watch this beautiful play by Franklin. Bam. Oh no, that was Bucky. So this play surprised me because they hadn't used their tight ends almost all game. And this was a perfect design because we had been trying to smash through the line all game and not getting in, right? This was a beautiful design and beautiful play call because Washington State was crashing ready for the run. And then all alone, McCormick with the touchdown. Beautiful. Okay. So that puts the game at 29-34. This is the one that I thought it was okay. So 1:31 left, right? Oregon still down by 5 points. And then here's the go ahead. This is the beautiful pass by Troy Franklin. I think it was a straight up 50-yard touchdown pass down right over the middle. He keeps his feet. Beautiful, beautiful. Troy Franklin with the touchdown. Beautiful pass and catch. Those guys are really starting to connect, and Franklin is starting to show himself as a star receiver. Great move. Right across the middle where there's nobody, and then keeps his feet. Spectacular play by Troy Franklin. Okay. This play right here. So right after Oregon scores to go up 37-34, Washington State's moving the ball, and they get a couple first downs, and then this play. Pick six at like the 20. And that seals the game right there. They had been running that quick out all game, and finally somebody got to where they could get there and pick it. They batted a couple of them down early, but I mean, he was just right there. And the big man rumbles down there for the touchdown. And that sealed the game. Washington State would come back down, and with, I think, 2 or 3 seconds left, score. They try an onside kick. Oregon gets the ball, and that is the game. So let's look. So Bo Nix goes 33 for 44, 428 yards for average of 9 yards a pass, 3 touchdowns, and the one really bad pass for an interception. Otherwise, Bo Nix played a fantastic game, but that one interception was really at a crucial point in the game, and he just can't make those mistakes. I hope we don't see that again, but Oregon has to be very careful when they run the same play over and over again. So Let's see. So for rushing, mostly it was Bucky and Whittingham and or Whittington. Sorry, Noah Whittington. Those two had 22 carries out of the 32 for 100 and what 50 yards. So, I mean, both of them broke through 19, 18 yards, average 7.4, 6.3, 5 yards. So a team average of 5.6 yards. That's fantastic. 178 yards total. Oregon receiving, like I said, Troy Franklin, dude, that guy. 5 catches, 137 yards. This may be Oregon's first 100-yard receiver this year. I can't remember there being another one. Usually they're like 84 or 72 because look at how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people caught passes. 34 receptions, 446 yards, an average pass or average reception of 13.1 yards, 3 TDs, and long of 50, long of 22, long of 55, long of 42, long of 21, long of 23, long of 8. Those are the explosion plays that eventually lead to touchdowns. That was pretty amazing to watch. Oregon had no fumbles. Defense played really well against the run. Washington State only had 53 rushing yards, but man, they throw that ball around. They still had 375 rushing yards, 2 TDs. They had a long of 60, and that was kind of the problem, right? They had a long of 38, long of 24. This is where Oregon needs to really tighten up their defense, is in that passing game. So far, almost every team has just been passing that ball right around on us, and that's kind of where Oregon needs to shore up. Overall, I think this win showed Oregon a lot. I think this win showed Oregon growth. In the past, Oregon would get behind, and they just didn't have the ability to come back. This showed a lot of grit from this Oregon team, and I give Bo Nix credit to put that mistake behind him and bring this Oregon team back from a certain defeat to a victory. There was this thing. I'm not sure if it's on here. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. The win probability, right? So win probability keeps going down, going down, going down, going down. Now all of a sudden, Washington State's got a 70%, 74%. Then it changes. And then it goes all the way down to a certain victory. A certain victory, 100% probability. Right? Look at this, 99.8%. And that all the way until 3:48 left in the fourth. And then all of a sudden, it switches and it goes back the complete other direction to 99.9% probability of winning. I thought that was very interesting. And it just goes to show, like, this is why college football has always been so great, is these kind of swings. And this just fits, right? Because what is Washington State known for? Couging it. And that's what they did. They couged it. All right, so that's the Oregon game. Now let's talk about Miami. So remember, because Cristobal was supposed to have a better season than Dan Lanning in his first season. But as Oregon fans know, what happens when you have a Mario Cristobal-led offense is heartbreak. So Mario Cristobal signed a 10-year contract for $80 million. Makes him makes him, the richer than any of the past coaches that led him to the championships. But so Miami beats Bethel Cookman 70-13, and everybody's, the Mario Cristobal era is here and blah blah blah. But as Oregon fans know, the longer that Cristobal is at your school, the more your quarterback will start to suck. And so then they they go and they ended up beating Southern Miss, but it was 30-7, still respectable. And then all of a sudden, week 3, and they lose to Texas A&M. And that was where the offense really started to sputter. And then they play Middle Tennessee State and get beat. So, not good. Not good at all. So, one of the things about I'm pretty sure it was Middle Tennessee, wasn't it? Yeah, Middle Tennessee. Look at this, 45-31. How does Middle Tennessee score 45 points on a Power 5 conference team? And if you look at this, all right, skip the first quarter. Second quarter, 7-7. Third quarter, 7-7. Fourth quarter, 14-14. So they matched UNM from second quarter on. First quarter, though, Middle Tennessee came out, scored 17 points, and held Miami to 3. That was the difference in the ball game. Now, look at their starting quarterback, Tyler Van Dyke. He goes 16 for 32, 138 yards, 1 TD, and 2 interceptions. And then they have to put in their backup, who goes 10 for 19, 169 yards, 8.9 average, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But it is what it is, right? But here's where the difference is Miami has 26 passes and 38 rushes, but there's just no production. And this is a telltale of a Mario Cristobal team, right? You're going to be run heavy. So this is talking about the honeymoon's over. This is, a Miami pro Miami report. And then here's the thing. Has QB Tyler Van Dyke regressed under new management? Tyler Van Dyke fired 25 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions and 9 starts last year, including 8 contests with ACC teams. This year, in 3 games, including just 1 against Power 5, Van Dyke has 3 TD passes and 1 interception. The lack of receiving talent clearly is hurting Tyler. The same could be said of the conservative, run-oriented game plan. So, this is what Oregon saw the whole time. This is what Oregon lamented the whole time. And this is what you bought for $80 million. Welcome to Miami. You have the Mario Cristobal offense. And from now on, your quarterbacks will always suck. I'm sorry to say, they will just always suck. I mean, look how he hurt Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert goes from to a star in the NFL, right? How does that happen? Well, you have a coach that takes that ball and runs it every time, doesn't let the quarterback do what the quarterback needs to do, and then obviously tells the quarterback that he can't do what he wants. So there you go. Miami, the honeymoon is over. Mario Cristobal is 2-2 with 2 horrible losses, and he will not have a better season than Dan Lanning. There's just no way. Oregon is on its way with a 3-1 record with their first conference win. So they are 1-0 in the Pac-12, and the Pac-12 looks very strong this year. And I think it's going to be a dogfight. I don't know that. I think it's going to be hard for any team to go unbeaten in the Pac-12 this year. I don't think any team has actually done it since they expanded to 12 teams. It looks like that's going to be another thing. Washington State is going to be a very hard out. Oregon State took USC down to the wire. They're going to be a very hard out. USC, Utah, and Oregon are going to be the other 3 teams at the top of the conference that are going to be very tough to beat. But with that, we're out of here. Go ahead and leave a comment, leave a like. Very much appreciate you guys watching. But we are out of here. I will see you next week.